assignment demonstration for the fishing expedition. Now that got the tables, got the database with the tables of data, which I've added to. Um, just more rows. Where is it? Server Explorer. So the tables are still here. It's just boats and fishing trips, but the number in each of these has gone up. I added some to it. We can take a look. I think it's boats isn't the one I was worried about too much. It's the I wanted the queries to be able to return more than one result. So I wanted to make sure that by boat ID there was more trips made, and I just auto-generated them. They came up from the 20th to the 25th, and but that way there's like multiple instances where boat 1 has gone out and boat 3 have gone out. So that way it's there's more to it. The text box here, each of them takes in a value that helps create the query, but with some user interaction. So in the first button here, the boat ID is pulled from the text box. Then the boat ID is passed to the get data by boat ID adapter. These are kind of like methods. I think that's what you call them, right? It's a query. I mean, it's a query. It's just one you can call again and again. But so the boat ID equals boat ID is just so that if you want to select all the trips where boat number 2 went on a trip, you can do it by that boat ID. And so, it works that way. The trip date one, you can do it by date, and then for this one, you can do it by a minimum capacity. So if you can search for all boats where the capacity is greater than or equal to this minimum capacity, and then also order them by capacity from there. This puts them in order from lowest capacity to highest, or I can't remember what order it really happens in when I run it, but we'll find out in a moment. But yeah, let's run it. Don't think too hard. Okay. So the vessels, this still comes up, but then you can see boat IDs, right? So someone's like, okay, if we've got the Clipper is number 6, and it's got a capacity of 6. But if you got the boat ID, you could go over here and you could search for trips per boat by boat number 6, and here's the dates and the trip ID for those dates. So this is times when the little boat went out the Clipper. And then you could also go current trips, and those are by date. So if we wanted to look up, the trip to the kelp forest on the 21st, you could do that. You could go 8/21/2024. You could go trips per date, and it would provide that date. I'll put more in there just so that way more trips can come up, but this would return all of them. With the trip ID, the location, the boat ID. This one's pretty easy. The minimum capacity has to hold at least 12. And then here you go. You get the boats that have a capacity of at least 12. And then, if you do it all the way down to 6, I believe there you get every boat. Yeah, you get every boat. So that's the smallest one is the Clipper. So it's got pretty good interaction. I think I'm going to add more. I hate doing the data entry for it, but the fishing trips, this one right here, I'd probably add a few more to this that are on the same dates. So there's multiple trips per date, and then you could see the return from the query a little better. But if you trust that it's basically the same query structure as the one that returns based on boat's capacity, it's just not ordered in any particular way, which I could add, but I didn't want to get too crazy into it. But yeah, that's it.